Hey, 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 we are back and here and ready to watch the back nine of the third round in the Martin Hendel Gauntlet Challenge here with Greg Grootenboer. Just 2 strokes back now at the moment from Marty. See if he has the opportunity to take advantage of and to catch back up. And I am continued here to be joined by our good pal Cam Zanini. What's up, buddy?
Not much. I'm excited to watch this finale. I forget what happens, and I was there that day, so... But it's going to be a good battle. I think these just, like, Marty's got the... Like, actually, both these guys have a really nice, like, soft throw and a lot of touch with their throws, and I'm excited to see where that roller ends up, actually.
It sadly ended up in the trees.
Okay, well, I sound like an... okay, I'm not even going to go there.
Marty had attempted to do rollers in both the previous matches, and unfortunately in both situations ended up in the rose bushes.
Hey, he still saved a 3 against me, so he's whatever.
Absolutely. Gigi, our good pal here out of Brampton, very, very strong player. Won the Masters divisions for the provincials last year, has numerous accolades under his belt, no slouch at all. And has been over the 1,000 rated mark on more than one occasion. So
yeah, he's been hovering around between, like, his rating is now and over 1,000 for the last probably 5 years, I would say.
Yeah,
so
he's a beast. He's a beast. He's got a very unique throwing style. His body type is definitely geared for throwing discs, and he is a specialist in low wind woods matches. So I suspect he'll continue to play very well. Number 10, par 3, 274 feet. The course designer here certainly liked making shots that went uphill and then downhill.
Yeah, it's an interesting shot you have to work on. That's another good Marty kick. Look at that.
Look at this deflection.
Can't even see that branch till you hit it, and actually ended up better.
Like, someone that hasn't watched a lot of Marty would think he's just lucky, right? But it's not true. He puts so much spin on his disc, it works to his advantage.
Gigi going right side. That was actually real close to working.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit more fade, I think, and he would have been all right.
I think he might have stood it up a little bit more than he wanted to.
Like, Greg's still with an excellent shot, and he just can't compete. Like, even his second shot is not as close as Marty's drive. That's annoying when you have to take all 3 of your shots.
I know.
Before your
guy's
opponent even putts.
Marty's just sitting there licking his chops. He's like, I got another one.
Yep.
He's greedy.
And that's just the little differences. That's what takes these players, and they're not huge. They're just a little tiny bit difference improved in their shooting, and that's what gets them that extra 15, 20 points.
Yep.
It's a big difference, and it goes to show you what accuracy and practice can really do for your game.
Yeah, if you notice, Marty's shots, even though they're turning and fading, they're and flexing and everything, they're coming in very soft.
Mm-hmm.
So even though he has a lot of spin, his discs are actually losing inertia when they're slowly flexing and kind of fading down to the ground. They don't move too far, they don't skip too hard, and that's how you can place these long shots more precisely, is you can control how soft it comes into the ground, and that's the mark of a high-level pro.
Well, he's certainly got that in spades. Number 11, par 4, just over 450 feet here. 457. Let's see if he goes for a roller. Oh, he definitely is.
Well, this is what I was talking about.
This...
Did it get through?
Not...
I think it just... Oh, no, it still went
through.
Wow.
It came out?
Sandy's just cackling out there. She's just like, oh, yep, okay, there you go, another one.
You know, he threw a roller into the woods, and he still got it farther than I can drive.
Yeah. Just got to sit down. Should be... might be all right.
Greg here on the rough in the trees. We weren't playing any types of OBs
I think
day.
Greg's tall enough he can throw over that long grass.
Well, he could throw over a chain link fence. I mean, he's... What is he, like 6'6"?
He's tall. He's very tall.
Oh, is that Chantel?
I have to look at it again. I couldn't tell.
I can't tell who that was
Marty.
in the background. Look at this drive out of Marty.
Yeah, okay. They're still putting. Here's me looking on in the distance.
Marty looking to capitalize.
High, good sit. That can get away from you.
Little high with a band hit. Just frustrated, throws his disc in the air.
I don't want you anymore. Here's a good putt from Greg.
Here's Greg responding with a birdie.
Look how tall he is. Like he's standing beside the basket, and it's like it's at his like armpit level, like just under. Like he's crazy.
It's funny. The elevated baskets are just
Normal.
his normal baskets that he putts at.
I gotta putt mine like a frickin' airplane taking off, and Greg can just pop it straight.
All right, well, great response out of Greg there. That is an excellent birdie to pick up and regain a stroke here on Marty. Just 2 back here after the number 11. Going into hole 12, this is sort of an interesting hole because a lot of locals, when they play this course, if they park on this side of the course, this is actually where they start playing.
Yeah, for the winter parking lot, there's 2 parking lots to this course. There's one kind of summer parking lot where it's closer to hole 1, and then the all season parking lot, and it kind of, the path that you see there kind of comes from the right, and you pass hole 11's green. This is like your first actual hole that you can start on. Some locals will play this is hole 1, and then hole 11 is 18. They'll kind of do that loop.
That's absolutely right. And this hole is sponsored by the Shat family. So we had Aiden on the show for round 1. So big shout out to all those guys. Thank you for everything you do for disc golf.
That's unfortunate. Greg caught the outstretched branch, not even the trunk.
Look at this! What a pick!
What is that? What is that? Oh man.
I have no words for that. I mean, I really have none.
That's hilarious.
Look, I assure you, it's not luck. He's
just stalking another birdie.
Just very good at getting good spin and
playing
getting the right
backstop
accuracy.
Perfectly. At least I wasn't alone in this. At least Greg and Aiden had to deal with it every round, and I mean, he's not getting considerably lucky. It's just like you said. It's just the amount of spin. It just reacts differently than everybody else's because he has that even when it hits the tree, it's still got a lot of spin left.
It does.
It just keeps flying.
It does. Absolutely.
It's crazy.
I've seen him hit more baskets, and if you watch them in the slow motion, they almost like a saw blade around the chains.
They just
and
cut
spin
through
out.
the chains, and yeah.
Absolutely. Number 13, par 3, 325 feet. On the right here over these trees, before we get too far in the drone flight, that is one of the most common routes for the stronger throwers. They sky hyzer right over all these trees on the right and crash into the basket. Second route is to go low and relatively straight with this little S pattern.
Kind of where the drone's flying now.
Yeah, you can throw like a flex hyzer, something like that.
I'm assuming both of these guys are going to go up the middle.
Yep, and then the real sickos can throw. You can throw flicks up the center, up the left a little bit.
Yeah, that big high highs, it takes about 400 feet of power to get around it. So
these guys electing to go up the center.
This is probably Greg's sidewinder. He loves this orange sidewinder, and you can see why. He's perfect flight.
It's a great shot.
I think he calls it his Sid Winder.
His Sid Winder.
Sid Winder.
Marty with a
pretty
good shot, a little low.
He had a downhill putt there. I'm not sure if he wanted to give it too much of a run because it can kind of get away from you.
Greg looking to get the stroke back, which he does.
This is a hole that tailors right into Greg's playing style. You can see, right up the middle. Nice hyzer flip, turnover. That's his bread and butter.
All right, Greg with a response gets the stroke right back again.
Sandy, look at that caddy job from Sandy. That's 1,000 rated caddying.
1,010, man.
She is a really good caddy.
All right, par out of Marty, a birdie out of Greg. This match gets a little closer, just 2 strokes different going into hole 14.
Got a good battle going on.
Yeah. Number 14 is interesting because this is the first time I had seen someone take the sky hyzer out as well, and that was during the All-Stars match when I think Chris and Gilbert and...
I think it was just those two. I think Kimmy went up the middle or tried to.
Yeah, I think Kim...
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he didn't go over the top as well. He can throw 500.
Oh, Kim's got an arm on him like a cannon. He could go over that no problem.
Yeah.
Number 14, par 3, 332 feet. This is the pin position that's almost always played. There is a second pin position that is used infrequently, but it was not used this weekend.
Yeah, they used that for when this course was built for the provincials a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Greg looking to go up the center here.
Yeah, that's a good rollout. That tree is not fun.
He'll be pitching up to take his par. Let's see if Marty can set himself up for a birdie.
Nice little floaty rock. It's got to hold.
So this shot is nicknamed a helicopter shot. Is that not what it is?
Yeah,
is that what he calls it?
Yeah, he usually throws it more for like with his putters. Just throws it straight nose up, and it just like kind of floats down to the ground, almost like it's hovering.
Mm-hmm.
That's his favorite upshot. This is probably a.
Oh no! What a disaster.
Well, he's still up there. Actually, it's not that bad.
Ooh.
I think that's Greg's whippet. He likes throwing that for overstable approaches. That's an old school disc.
That went from being a park shot to a little tester putt.
Yeah.
Marty trying to capitalize.
Well, Greg can make the putt. He doesn't lose a stroke, so I don't think he's going to be too disappointed. Oh, he's closer than we thought.
Yeah, that's fine. A par and a par. You don't want to give those windows open. Those are windows for Marty to score back that he does not want to be
Yeah, that's another one that he kind of leaked out.
Mm-hmm. This hole gives more players difficulty than you'd think.
There's no direct route. That's the
right.
thing. Like the route that Greg went is probably the most direct, but it's also a very low ceiling, and it's kind of a definition of like a window you have to hit.
That's right.
Marty's is probably the best way if you can throw that helicopter type of shot. That's the best way to do it. If you have the power like Thomas and Oz and Kim do, you can throw a big hyzer or a big lefty like around the. There's many different ways. It's just there's no like clear path where it's like this is the route.
Mm-hmm.
It's personal preference.
All right, number 15, par 4, 476 feet from the longs pad. This is a very challenging, perhaps the hardest difficulty on the course. You have to get a nice straight shot up this fairway. Then you're immediately met with not only an incline here, but a pretty sharp angle going up this hill. You've got to navigate all of these trees, and then you're met with a green that has, again, a nice sharp incline going down to the left.
Yeah, this is the hole you're probably going to see the widest spread of scoring, anywhere between 3, 4, 5, and 6. More, like more spread out than any other hole in the course, I believe. Greg got a bit lucky. Marty's trying to go the middle, or is he going outside? I couldn't tell. Either way, it's fine.
This is the perfect spot. I think where Marty is right now is the spot you want to be if you want to go for the 3. Because your second shot is just a very basic hyzer.
Greg, it's turning. Get over there.
Greg just abusing the turn.
Okay, that's a look. It's uphill, but it's definitely a look.
I like Greg's shot a lot because throwing uphill on this hole isn't anywhere near as bad as throwing down.
No, this is
Marty
perfect.
almost running it.
Wow, that's a great shot.
Goodness. All right, we have a putt off here, both for 3.
I think Marty's probably 20 feet. Greg
puts
good
it
putt.
in for
There
a
you go.
birdie. Honestly, that is a great 3 to get.
He's standing below the basket and his head's still above it. That's a great scoring spread there. 2 birdies in that hole. That's pretty good.
For those mere mortals like myself that have played that hole many times, getting a 3 on it is quite an accomplishment, and to see them both do that with ease, very impressive.
Yeah, that's a good 3. Good feeling 3.
Definitely the hardest par 4 on the course, or hardest hole. What's harder than that one?
Maybe hole 3.
1, 2. Yeah, 3's pretty
Yeah,
tough.
it's
okay.
just because it's more wooded. This one is more of like an elevation thing. There's a route. Definitely, if you get where Marty is, it's straight at it. But then it's that uphill run up with an uphill throw and that side hill, right? So it's more of a like your landing speed on this one and your placement, as opposed to hole 3. It's just kind of pick a gap for your second shot. There's 2 gaps, and then pick one, and that's about it, right? But that one and hole 3 are the ones you can get the like a small or a large straight of scores going on.
All right, well, number 16, par 3, 233 feet, plays like 180.
Yeah, these guys, they don't really throw the sidearm very often.
Yeah,
I've seen them do it, but they don't go to it.
I
They
can't
they
imagine
prefer the
throwing this
turnover.
hole on anything but a sidearm. Like, you don't even have to do anything. You just stand there and flick it.
Yeah, like I said, it kind of filters. This one's
That
running
is-
it, but that's the problem. Look, ace run, and he's 40 feet past because it comes in with so much speed. Where the sidearm is going to kind of dump down with gravity.
Greg's kind of
That should
buried
be
in
okay.
jail there.
Yeah,
It's not much.
It's a simple hole if you have the sidearm, and it's a very touchy one if you don't. So
This is a
kind of
sealer putt. Oh, he really needed that to make it almost impossible for Gigi to catch up.
Yeah, it's 2 strokes with now it's a 2 with 2 to go. It could happen. I mean,
See, it never ceases to amaze me when you take a hole that's like 180 feet effective, right? When
Yep.
it's a 230 downhill. And these holes do not get birdied as much as you'd think.
yeah, there's an initial gap off the tee of that one you have to kind of factor in. It's not really the hardest gap to hit, but it does kind of make you think about it a little bit.
Absolutely,
right?
it does. And the downhill
Yeah.
certainly affects how much power you're going to put in that disc,
Yeah.
and even what disc you're going to select to throw.
Yeah, definitely. With the turnover, it's hard 'cause if you turn it too much, it's going to cut roll into the woods. If you don't turn it enough, you're going to end up where Marty is or where Greg is, right? So the backhand's very touchy. Sidearm is just like a cheat code for that one.
Absolutely. All right, number 17, 414 feet downhill, plays about 380, 385. It's pretty much a straight shot with the exception of these couple of guardian trees at the end that are protecting it, and you want to basically get enough fade at the end to be able to pull left of those trees and stay out in the open on the green.
Yep, that's the ideal shot. Basically, actually, he's going to try and go to the right side.
He's going to the
He
right.
might have flipped it over more than he wanted. It's not the worst. It's going to be a really low ceiling from there.
I'm not sure he has a putt from there. I think he's too far.
Either.
We'll see.
The ideal play is what you said, like what Marty's doing here. Throw straight at the tree, and
Bingo.
then fade right in front of it, just like this, and then there's your putt.
That is exactly the shot you want to take in order to give yourself the best opportunity. See, this tree now effectively, wow.
Oh, he
Good
tried the little air bouncer.
Good try. This tree effectively makes it very difficult to get any height on your shot, which means you got to throw hard, and if you miss, you risk taking a 4.
Yeah. There's the
Marty
sealer
seals
right there,
the deal with a great birdie. Once these guys get this good, putting comes into effect so much.
Yeah, the thing, there's like 3 different stages. There's where you're kind of in that 950 to 980 range where it's, some days everything's going to click, some days one thing's going to click, whatever, right? And then you get the next stage where your driving is very, very good, and then your putting's going to have to catch up, or vice versa, and that's where most of, where these guys, or I can't really say where Greg is right now, but it's kind of where I'm at. And then you get the stage where Marty is, where Thomas is, where Oz and Kim and even Greg, where their driving is phenomenal, and they're capitalizing on all those in the circle putts, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the next level. So it's like 3 different levels of open, basically, is what I'm trying to get at here.
Yeah, there's definitely flavors in open of skill level. That's absolutely true. Number 18, par 3, 320 feet, sort of plays like an island. I don't believe we were playing any of the roads OB on this day, not that they came into effect anyway.
If it was, it's a fairly big island. These guys should have no problem getting over that. It probably plays 200 feet to clear it.
Marty
that
throwing a rock and running it, almost hits the basket.
Can you just throw it in, please? Like, how many more times does he have to almost throw it in?
During practice, I've seen him hit that basket a few times. This looks like a heat. Is that his heat?
I think it's a sidewinder.
Oh, it could
kind
be.
of the same thing, but I like that. He's had that sidewinder for years. That's his favorite disc. Mm-hmm. And he throws that thing really well.
He's just underpowering some of these discs.
That's good. Good tree.
Kick.
Yeah. Again, this is another hole that kind of tailors into a sidearm because you can kind of throw it into the hillside and kind of have the fade come in against the hill. Whereas, see, Murray took a rock out wide, and I'm not entirely sure if Greg feels comfortable throwing a mid-range that far. I think that's why he went for the sidewinder. He might have just late release or low, or I'm not sure. But that shot definitely tears into his game as well. So.
All right, well, there's 18 holes down. Marty just played 54 holes back-to-back with no breaks. Finishes off his last round with our pal here, Gigi, at 9 down, 4 strokes ahead. Pretty strong play.
Yeah, I think it was the same scoring as Marty and I's match. I think I was 5 and he was 9 again. So two 9 downs from Marty.
Look at these putts.
Pretty good.
These monstrous putts.
Gigi had a clean slate. No bogeys. So yeah, he's definitely minimizing the mistakes.
Yeah, and ironically, they made birdies on entirely different holes except for number 15. Look at these putts.
Yeah.
Look at these recaps. Just sick. Look at this shot. Oh, I recall this one.
This was ridiculous. This
is just ridiculous.
This little love tap right about. Oh, he missed it, but right about there, and just kind of.
It's like, hey, here you go. I'll just sit there and I can drop it in.
Park myself, valet parking.
Guys, Penrose is here. I'm a big supporter of this company. I love these discs. I know there's a lot of people out there that are trying them now, and they've been flying off the shelves. We've got another shipment coming in about a month.
Yeah, they feel great in the hand.
Yeah, they really do. And they come in a variety of stiffnesses and putting styles, so you can really zone in and tailor to exactly what you want out of a putter. And what's nice about them is they do beat in well, but they don't change in feeling too much. So if you go maybe one hardness level more than what you want, they'll beat in nicely. Also RPM, we love RPM. We've been carrying them for about 4 or 5 months now. Their discs do very well in this area. So thank you so much RPM Discs for everything you've done to help us get your product into the store. I like some of their art. It's really cool.
It's really unique. Definitely, it's got more of that like tribal aspect of it from New Zealand.
I like their Waka Waka.
Yeah, just the name is awesome too.
Good disc. Arsenal. I don't know too much about this brand yet. We just got them in just a few weeks ago. I know some of their discs have some pretty cool names like C4 and
50 cal.
Yeah, 50 cal.
Cool
So yeah, if you know anything about those discs or you've thrown them and you can give me some information on that, I'd love to see that in the comments, or just let me know next time I see you out on the courses. And lastly, I want to thank Mr. Turcotte. Tyler, you have been phenomenal in all the work you've done in the tournaments and stuff we've been doing. So thank you, buddy, for everything you do for that. We're very proud to be working with you. And for those of you that don't know, Tyler and me, Tyler's basically purchased a good chunk of our company now. So he's going to be taking over the YouTube channel, he's going to be taking over the tournament scene, and he's going to be basically building those out into be projects that will operate for a long time moving forward. I've just had a baby a few weeks ago, and I'm probably better spent putting my time into my family and obviously running the shop. I love running the shop, and I'm going to help out with some commentary as I can if I'm still needed. And basically we made a lease deal this year to rent some property, so we're going to be building a couple 18-hole golf courses, turning them into maybe one big 36 or so, and I'll be putting a lot of time into that this summer, so it just made more sense to do that. So Tyler, thanks buddy, thanks for everything you're doing great. We've had a lot of success so far, and we'll keep it up. So anyway guys, thanks for checking it out. What'd you think of the golf today, Cam?
It's good golf.
Yeah?
I mean, the course is looking good, it's playing good, everyone else is basically having a good time, and Marty took everyone's money like usual.
What do you think? Is Marty got a good season ahead of him, or what?
Oh, I think so. I think he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, if there's anybody out there, Marty has expressed interest in doing another Gauntlet challenge. So if you think you can take him on and show him how it is, reach out to us, let us know, and we may be able to book another Gauntlet challenge and see how that goes. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching the show. I hope you enjoy this coverage. And next up, I believe, is Timmel. We have some fantastic coverage from FPO.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
The whole tournament was just really, really good.
Oh, yeah. We've got FPO, we've got MP40, the finals, MP50 finals. We've got the chase and lead card of MPO, and we've got some super special guests that are coming in to help with commentary on that as well. So thanks, guys. Look forward to that in the future. Keep on watching, and we will see you soon. Thanks.